Hey folks, in this video we're talking about how to tailor your communication. That's right, tailor it. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Why do we have to tailor it? How do we tailor it? Well, that's what we're going to focus on the next few weeks in this series on tailoring your communication. Let's get after it. Tailoring your communication. Anytime I say that, well, typically it starts with me introducing the topic and saying something like communication is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Then I say something like what that means is you have to tailor your communication. Now I know right away some of you are thinking, and you're right, no matter how I say it, no matter how I tailor it, no matter what I say, people are still not going to get it. That may be true. That is true. But there are things we can do to make it a lot better. If you want to reduce the chances of conflict, misunderstanding, miscommunication, triggering someone, think about tailoring your communication. Now, how do we know how to tailor it? You build a relationship. You work with these people. You're in a relationship with them if it's in your personal life. Take an interest in them. Learn things. Pay attention to how they communicate, how they say things, how they process information. A couple things to look for when you think about tailoring your communication. Are they animated when they talk? Do they use their hands? Do they use their whole body? Do they nod their head? Do they lean in? When they're curious, do they tilt their head? When they're confused, do they have a perplexed look on their face? Pay attention to that. Learn that. Establish a baseline and know those different things about the people you work with. I mean, right now, if I ask you right now, if you saw a spouse, partner, significant other, could you get a read on them? Could you tell if they needed more coffee? Could you tell if they needed less coffee? I mean, some of you even know in the first 3 seconds of seeing a spouse, partner, significant other in the morning, you know whether it's a good time to bring something up or maybe I should wait a few minutes. If you've ever done that, you're tailoring your communication. Not necessarily the what you're going to say or how you're going to say it, but the timing of it, and that might be another good place to start. Just pay attention to where people are, not where they are physically, although that may be the case if you have folks that are working in a loud area, a noisy area. I do a lot of work in construction and manufacturing industry, and a lot of times tailoring your communication knows, wait a minute, this doesn't need to be said right now. It's noisy in here. They've got earplugs or hearing protection on. Let me wait until we're in an environment where I can speak freely and openly and comfortably without having to jockey for position against noise and things like that. Once you have established some learning about someone, are they animated? Do they talk a lot with their face? Is tone important to them, or really tone doesn't matter? Are they a wordsmith? Do they really pay attention and hang on every word? You've established now some baseline. Those people that really pay attention to tone, where they really themselves emphasize certain tone, they pay attention, they modulate their voice, their volume changes, the pitch, tone, timbre, rate of speech changes. Well, that's a person that probably is going to respond to different tonalities that you can offer them. Sometimes it's about the words. You know, sometimes people use a lot of acronyms. That tells you something about them. They like acronyms. They process quickly. They think quickly. Sometimes people talk a lot with their body, with their hands, as we say. Pay attention to that and do your best to match and mirror the words, the tonality, and the body language of those across from you. In the next few weeks, we're going to go much deeper into this, but that's a really good overview for you to start doing some things with right now. some key takeaways. Start paying attention to how you communicate, how you like your communication. Then start paying attention to others. How do they like their communication? Do they talk with their hands? Do they move their whole body? Do they lean in? Do they lean back? Do they talk a lot with their face? And then also pay attention to how they process when you're talking to them. And what I mean by that, do they allow a lot of silence? Do they pause themselves? So over the next few weeks, be thinking about that. And we'll talk more about this in upcoming videos as to how to tailor your communication. Until next time, folks, take care of yourself so you can take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.